Forget about making a financial plan. It is just daunting to think of what our children are going to do in the future. There are so many options to consider from, and then we also have to take into account their aptitude, their skills, and our own ambitions for them. While yes, it's difficult to pinpoint a course of study or a field which they would be most suitable and at this point of time, we also need to recognize that this is going to be a significant amount of money and we need to start planning for it. So to simplify this, let's build a construct and start working on that savings. Then as the years go by and as the child's focus becomes sharper, we can modify this according to the requirements then. So education at a college level can be broken into two broad segments. One is their undergraduation and one is a post-graduation. For an undergraduate course, I have taken engineering as the baseline for calculations. This is because an engineering course costs typically more than usual degree courses. So even if we are planning for something higher, which may not be required later, we are at least erring on the side of caution. Of course, if your child chooses medical field or something which is quite expensive compared to the norm, then you'll have to modify it accordingly. Also, I'm going to list down a few figures basis this. The idea here is not to debate whether the figures I've put are correct or not, but to build a construct which you can then modify according to your own research and judgment. So here, if you look at this chart, you can see that I've put down the tuition fees for engineering as 4 lakh rupees at this point of time. I've also added rent, utilities, living expenses in case the child goes to a college which is out of town and has to stay in a hostel. And I've added a miscellaneous figure of 10% just to make the budget a little higher. Now, assuming that the child is 6 years old at this point of time and they're going to start college at the age of 18, that means we have 12 years to save for them. So we can start planning according to this time period. And before we do this, we have to also fix one more figure, which is the education inflation. As you know, fees go up every year, and basis recent reports, education inflation in India is around 6%. So I've taken this figure. So what does this mean? It means that the current cost of an engineering course would be around 8,58,000. In the next year, that is after 1 year, the cost will go up by 6%. So it goes to 9,09,000. Now, when the child is ready to enter college at the age of 18, then the fees for first year education would be 17,26,000. And this goes up by 6% year on year. So this is what this table clearly shows us. Now, to put this in a clearer format, here I've just summarized this. So year 1, that is at the age of 18, what would be the cost and how many years we have to save for it. Similarly for the next 4 years. So you can see that the total cost for the engineering course works out to about 75 lakh rupees. Sounds like a big amount, but don't worry that when you break this down into a monthly SIP, it becomes far easier to save for this, especially because you have a longer tenure to save. Now, assuming that you're putting this into equity mutual funds and also assuming that it's going to give 12% returns year on year, this means that to amass an amount of 17,26,000 for the first year, you have to put away 5,411 rupees every month. So this would take care of the first year education. But you also have to plan for the next 3 years. So for the next year, it becomes 4,900. The year after that 4,500 and the last year 4,100. This totals to an SIP amount of close to 19,000 per month. So you can see that to achieve this amount of 76 lakhs, by the time the child becomes 18 and then goes on till the age for 4 years, because engineering is a 4-year course, we would require to put away 19,000 per month. So that reduces the burden a little, I hope. Now, the second part which I mentioned is post-graduation, and many parents hope that they can at least send their children for post-graduation abroad. The United States is a favored destination, so I've taken this as the baseline for calculating post-graduation costs and how to save for that. So here the reasonable cost for a post-graduation degree is about $65,000 at this point of time. This translates to about 53 lakhs. I've also included the same rent, utilities and living expenses at the US at this point of time. I've also added two components, which is health insurance and airfare once a year. So if they go and come back once a year, what would be the airfare? And lastly, I've added a 10% miscellaneous just to make the budget a little bit higher so we can plan for that. Now we follow the same methodology. We consider what is the current age. It is 6 years. The college starting age is 22 years. Therefore, we have about 16 years to save for the first year of college, and then 17 years for the second year of college. Now, education inflation in the US currently is about 3.5 to 4%. So, I have taken 3.5% as the education inflation rate at this point of time. Now, what you can see here is that what costs about 88 lakhs at this point of time becomes 1 crore 51 lakhs by the time they are ready to enter post graduation at the age of 22, and the second year becomes 1 crore 56 lakhs. Then when I put this into a clearer format and summarize it, you can see that the total fees is about 3.09 crores. Sounds very huge, correct? But again, you have to remember that you have a longer tenure to save for this. So assuming that you making a second corpus again in equity mutual funds, and you get a 12% rate of return on this year on year, then you would have to put away 26,300 rupees per month for the first year of college, and for the second year of post graduation you will have to put away 24,000. So the total amount is 50,000. So here you can plan for the post graduation of your college. Now together it comes to about 70,000 per month. This could be a significant amount. You may not be able to start at this point of time, but like I said, this is a construct. You can use this, you can tweak the goals accordingly, and you can tweak the amounts as well. Always you can add more at a later date once you're comfortable with the construct, and you earn more as the years go by. So I hope this helps you to make a plan for planning your child's education in the field that they want to, or at least to get you started towards that path. If you have any queries or comments, you can drop a line and we'd be happy to get back to you. You can also get in touch with us on any of our contact points. Wishing you and your child all the best. Thank you.